Yeah, so currently I'm in Spain. We're staying in a altitude hotel, which is the first time I've done that. So the altitude in the room is currently at 2,500 meters. So they reduce the amount of oxygen that we can breathe in. So the idea is that by spending time in your room when you sleep, up to 12 hours a day in your room, can hopefully lead to an increase in red blood cells when we come out of the training camp, which I'll be here for 2 weeks, and then we go to the nationals, which will be a week or so after coming out of here. So hopefully we'll be flying by then. Yeah, I think this year is going to be an interesting year. It's the first year I've sort of stepped onto the podium track program, so that's different to the academy that I was on last year. So I'm now training with all the Olympians and the team that's going into Paris. So I think for the track, the main goal is to hopefully win a few World Cups and really establish myself in the podium squad, because I'm currently like the youngest rider at the moment. And then on the road, to complement the track, is just trying to win as many races as possible and hopefully move up to better things come 2024. But no, I'm really excited for this year.
What's it like to be able to join a West Country team? Because certainly, a couple of years ago that didn't exist. Now quite a lot of riders are signing for St Piran.
Yeah, it's definitely an honour to ride for a team from the West Country. I'm very proud of being from Devon. I know St Piran isn't quite Devon, but I guess it's close enough. Yeah, it's definitely nice to ride for a team from sort of near where I grew up, and yeah, looking forward to it.
There are fewer opportunities in cycling at the moment, aren't there? Certainly on the road, sponsorship is hard to come by. So, how much of a boost is it to have the support of St Piran, and what will that allow you to do over this coming year?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to riding St Piran because they've got a good road calendar and they've been really good with a lot of teams are quite tricky to manage the track and the road, whereas St Piran have been really good catering for me. So when I'm on the track, I can go and do that, and then when I need to come and do the road and get some volume in and some good races and some opportunities, they're providing that for me this year, which is great.
Obviously, you've had some amazing success on the track. How competitive is it? It's obviously you're not at Team GB because they're being kind. They're constantly monitoring and evaluating you. What kind of targets do you have? And how hard is it to keep that place as we look to head to Paris?
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. I mean, well, up to now, I've sort of been put against people my whole career, so you sort of get used to it. But the ultimate aim is to be the world and Olympic champion on the track. Obviously, that's no mean feat, and I'm sure everyone here wants to do that. But that's why we're here. So yeah.
I do follow you on Strava, and people that don't follow cycling and fitness probably don't know what that is. It's a GPS app that logs your the rides you do. I'm watching you do 100-mile rides around kind of the Cheshire area, the sort of averages of 25. What kind of training are you doing at the moment? What kind of volume are you doing?
Yeah, I'm currently in Spain, luckily, and out of the miserable Cheshire weather at the moment. But yeah, we do sort of between 20 and 30 hours a week. This week's about 30 hours on the bike, which it's a lot, but I've gradually built up to that over time. When I was younger, I definitely didn't do so much, but it's meant that when I've got older, I've had more room to grow. So yeah, the training is not easy, but hopefully the rewards are worth it.
Where did cycling come from for you? 'Cause Devon generally isn't the heartland of cycling, is it? And certainly not cycling opportunities. Well, how did you discover that this could be your thing?
Yeah, cycling. I sort of came from a family that was sort of surf orientated, so a lot of people come through with dads that used to cycle and stuff like that. I was young and I sort of looked up to people around me that were doing trials biking and motocross, and I wanted to ride motocross. And one of my dad's friends said to me when I was younger, "Oh, if you want to be a motocross rider, you need to have strong legs. So go and practice on the bike." And then I think for my parents are definitely glad that I never left cycling, because motocross can be quite dangerous. But then sort of realizing right now that cycling is also quite dangerous. We don't have quite half the protective gear that motocross riders do have. But yeah, that's how I got into it.
I tell you what, when I'm watching people whiz around on a track, that looks terrifying. What kind of speeds are you hitting there?
We hit about 70k an hour. The team pursuit, that's a 4 kilometer effort, so it's 4,000 meters, and I think the world record at the moment something like 3:46, 3 minutes 46. So you're averaging from a standing start over over 70k an hour, so quite fast, and we don't have any breaks. Yeah, so in a team pursuit, probably on the front, we're probably doing around 650, 750 watts, and then obviously in the wheels, it changes. But yeah, those are the sort of power numbers that we're going at.
Talk me through your year. When will we first see you in action? What are the kind of the first big things that you're working on?
Yeah, so from here in Spain, I'm going to Portugal to do a UCI track race, and then from there we're going to the national championships, where hopefully we can win St Piran their first national jersey, I believe, and then onwards to the World Cups, and then some races in Holland, all the way up until about April, and then I haven't really thought past that.
What kind of happens with the Team GB setup then? Do you get much kind of notice of when you'll be riding? Is it quite down to the relative last minute on who's performing at the best? How much preparation is there before you're going to get that big call up, that one opportunity that you've been dreaming about, and suddenly it's happening?
Yeah, I think for the more established riders, it's probably easier because they can sort of target what they want. I'm talking about the current Olympic champions. Obviously, I'm a younger rider, so I sort of slot in where they're not. But then the opportunities that I get, if I do well in them, hopefully I'll end up getting the bigger opportunities. So who knows? I might be riding the World Championship come the end of the year. That's my target.